Hello everybody and welcome to Moonrise. I am Ninjas and today we're going to be taking a look at this game here. It's a brand new game that's on Steam Early Access. It is produced or developed by Undead Labs, which I believe is the group that is behind State of Decay. This is currently available for PC or for Mac. And in the future, it's going to be available for iOS and Android. So yes, word of warning, this is basically a mobile game. Cringe. But we're going to jump right into it and take a look here. So the premise in the world of Moonrise is that there are creatures all over the world that are called the Solari, and they've been corrupted or gotten sick or something, and they've turned into Lunari, which is basically the exact same creature with purple stuff on it. And what we need to do is travel around the world and cure them. And you'll see what I mean by cure them in a bit. But anyway, here we are. This is my character. Ninja is there. I look kind of like Seth Green, but that's just kind of how it happened. So character creation is a little bit limited. Let's see here, I can bump it up. So I don't have any other styles, so that's what I'm stuck with. Can't really show you that. You only get one character to choose from. Once you've made your character, that's what you are. So if you want, I believe you can go into the store and buy a gender change and all of that funky stuff. Let's see, appearance. Yes, so you can get an appearance change or a fashion token. Fashion token just lets you get random pieces of clothing. Appearance change lets you just redo your appearance. So I'm not going to bother doing that right now because I'm okay with looking like a certain other person. But yeah, so here we are in town, and towns are basically linear 2D places. You can see all these other people walking around. These are real players. The sword icon next to them means that you can actually challenge them to a duel. And currently, that is the extent of multiplayer. You can't trade with people. You can't do much else. You can challenge them to duels. So you'll notice I don't have a sword icon next to me, and that's because I turned it off. If I click on myself, there we go. Now I can be challenged to duels. But we're not going to bother with that. I don't know how many people even realize that they can do that. Just turn that off or on. But let's go out and do the core stuff here. This is how you get around. You actually click and drag. Obviously, touch interface in mind, so you are clicking and scrolling. If you want to go to a different location, you click on the world map, and then you go there. So here's the world's map. I haven't gotten super far in the quest line yet. There is actually a sort of storyline. I mean, it is a storyline, but it seems to be just kind of a jumbled together group of quests. But that is the world. So we're going to head over to Thornheath here. This is the very first area. So I'm going to be a bit overpowered for this area, but we're going to go with it anyways, just to show you how stuff plays out. So we'll take a look at the battles. So we can fight Lunari, or we can challenge a warden. And wardens are basically like AI matches or NPC matches, or Lunari is just fighting the wild creatures. Do my little martial arts intro there. So, battles take place in real time, so I need to actually kind of pay attention here. These are my two big bad bruiser creatures. So you click on a creature, and then you click on the skill it wants to use, and then you'll see a little charge bar go around your creature, and it will attack. Unlike certain other games, namely the game that this drew most of its inspiration from, Pokemon, your warden actually takes part in the battle. You can have them fight as well. Like so. And you can see them, they shake off the Lunari influence and when they are defeated. So, yes, that is how you cure the Lunari off of creatures, is you beat the crap out of them and then they're okay. That is how you cure them. So, interesting method, but alright. So, when you defeat the creatures and the battle is over, you get a screen that looks like this, and it shows you the creatures you defeated, as well as stars. Stars denote the rarity of a creature. So, this creature is a 1-star. You can have multiple star versions of the same creature. I, for instance, have a 3-star version of this exact creature here. So, this screen is basically me choosing whether or not I want to keep the creature or whether or not I want to release it. As opposed to having to weaken a creature and then attempt to catch it, which has a chance of being successful or failing. In this, it's just you beat up the creatures and then you get to choose if you keep them or not. Personally, I kind of prefer the other approach a little better because you get a little more challenge to it, but we'll see how we go here. So, if I want to keep the creature, I drag the key down. If I want to release it, I drag up. Again, very, very mobile interface. Next up, we get this little screen here. What you're seeing here is your leveling up process and your experience. And all of these are little sections of a creature's evolution, if you will. So, this guy's progressing to the heart icon, this guy's progressing to the circle, and this guy's progressing to the creature. When you get up to a heart icon, your creature will gain more HP. When you get up to a circle icon, they'll gain a new skill, and when you get up to the creature icon, they will gain the ability to evolve. My Embermaw here has already filled up his bar, so he can evolve, and I'll show you the evolution process here in just a minute. So, click anywhere to continue. Squizzle. Yes, all the names sound very, very similar to certain Poke names as well. Squizzle has a new evolution available, so he is now able to evolve. This guy reached the heart, so he has increased his max health. And then we get the reward for the battle. You get essences, and essences are what you use to level up your creatures. So that little evolution bar thing that you saw there isn't actually them leveling up, it's them progressing on their evolution scale. It's a little different, but we'll go into it in just a second. Now we'll get the option to battle more Lunari or not. For now, we'll skip it so I can show you some of the other stuff about the game here. So if we take a look at our Solari here, this shows you the Team 1. I have other teams I can do here as well, or add new teams, but I'm not going to bother with the other stuff right now. I haven't ever needed more than one team. So the exclamation point here shows you that these guys have a evolution available. And if you click on any of these, you will get a whole bunch of information. So you get their name, you get their trait. So creatures can have different traits here. This is like an innate ability with that creature. It can be different abilities on the same creature. So this particular Crown Lord happens to have the Savage ability. So you can actually find different combinations of the skills and creatures, which is pretty cool. Savage deals extra damage, occasionally damages itself. He's a little wild and crazy. So I can remove it from the team, I can give it to the Warden's Guild, which if I did that, it would give me a little kickback. I'd get a little bit of money and maybe some different resources, essences or dusts or something that I would get back from donating that. I don't want to do that because I like this guy. I can also change out their skills or upgrade them. Changing skills is pretty easy. I can just click and drag it. You can only have 4 skills and one of them is locked. But I can just click and drag this over here and it'll replace one of my skills. Now it'll say, hey, what do you want to do with the skill you already had? You can either throw it away, or if you pay the extract skill fee here, you can have it save it so that you could potentially switch back to it if you wanted to, or something else. This is a little bit pricey, and 250 is actually one of the cheaper ones. I've seen 400, and potentially there's even more expensive ones than that. But you know, if you don't want to throw away the skill permanently, you might want to extract it. In this case, I'm not going to do this, so we're going to cancel it. But these are potential skills that I could do. If you click the little arrow here, it'll give you more information. So, for example, this is a strength-based attack, so it's not elemental. It damages a target enemy. It does 19 damage. It's a target enemy type. It takes 5 seconds of time to charge from when I target somebody to when he's able to actually do it. And it has a 10-second cooldown. So that's what all that information there is. So like this here, Almighty Roar does 5 damage, hits all enemies, has a 61-second charge time, and 732 seconds. Is that right? That doesn't seem right. Alright, well, 732 seconds recharge time, and it can cause burning and fear as side effects. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, so we pop this back open again here. We'll take a look at this guy. So, I can, in addition to changing the skills, I can upgrade my guy, and this is where all those essences are. You can choose what kind of essence you want to use to upgrade them. So you can kind of pad their stats in a certain direction. So for this guy, if I do strength, you'll see the stat increase there, and it will cost me some money to do this. But this is how he will level up. So if I just do, say, some armor and some strength, that'll get him up to level 12. And then his stats will look like this afterwards. And each one of these that I add will cost me another 100 of my gold coins. So this can add up to be pretty expensive really quickly. So there you go, he is now level 12, and he's quite a force to be reckoned with. The other thing to check out here is this is that evolve scale that I mentioned before. When you fight and you do battles and stuff, as you get experience, this bar will fill up, not your level. So you can see here, here's a heart and a heart. These are all going to be HP increases. This will be new skill, 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 all the way up until you get to the end, and there you would potentially have a evolution. So speaking of evolutions, let's take a look here. I've got this guy who's got a couple different options for evolutions. So Emberjaw could evolve into a Cindertooth, which sounds like another fire-based one, you can see here. Or he could be a stone-based one and evolve into a Stalactooth. I don't have quite the resources for that. Almost, but not quite. Or I can turn him into Cindertooth. So I've got the resources for this. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Let's check. I've got one other Solari I can evolve. Maybe I want to do him first. Moondust. He's only got one option, so I want to do this guy. To evolve. And that is kind of ugly, actually. Squilex. Okay. So, this is what he is now. It's quite... I'm sorry, but that's a really ugly creature. And he has a new skill. Tentacle Surge. Spirit, target enemy. Does 28 damage. Pretty good. Target enemy takes 28 seconds to do. 14-second cooldown. And has the side effect of Dizzy. So, that's not a bad skill. He's got quite a bit of other optional skills as well. There you go. That's basically how you deal with your Solari. The chance window here, this is if you've got any lottery items. Costs 1,000 for one of those. These are all little things here. And there's a fashion one as well to get pieces of clothing and stuff like that. Let's take one look here and show you what it looks like to challenge one of the NPC wardens. You can choose kind of a difficulty setting here. I'll go up to Novice. I think I'm still a bit too overpowered for these guys, but these fights can be a little bit more interesting. Let's see, that's fire base. Let's pull out ugly here. This quick attack was there. And he's got his big scare. So you can see her keys up here. That shows you how many creatures she's got. And there we go. Pod Petal is now able to evolve. Cool. That's part of the quest I needed. That's about all there is to it. Now, obviously, in that case, since I am playing off against a another NPC, I'm not going to take their Solari. So, you don't get to steal from them. But if you play against the Wild Lunari, you do get the chance to take or capture them. And I finished a quest, so I get this reward here, which is nice. I could use more gold. So those are all the quests and things that I've got to do. So there is a little bit of story and quest to stuff, and that's pretty good. It helps you progress a bit, as well as gives you some money and items and stuff. Alright, so that is the game in a nutshell. I mean, there is some stuff that I didn't quite go over. There is a bit more complexity than that. I just wanted to give a pretty quick overview of what the game is and what it's like. So it's a pretty fun game. Don't go into it expecting it to be the next generation Pokemon. It is a mobile game, and I think a lot of people are going to be frustrated with the mobile aspect of it because it really does pervade every part of the game. But we'll see if it succeeds or fails. But I wouldn't put any money on it. Let me just put it that way. The game is pretty good, but it's still a mobile game. Oh hey, it's Totoro. That's a very original name. Doesn't quite look the same as Totoro, though. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for now. If you like the video, feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below. It is much appreciated. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.